My name is Larry. The following material is written by me alone and represents my own personal opinions on this topic. What is IPTV? IPTV is the streaming of television over internet protocols on a network infrastructure. To put it in layman's terms, watching television on a computer or some other similar device such as Apple TV. The first television show to be broadcast over the internet was ABC's World News Now in 1994 using preliminary video conferencing software. IPTV went through a metamorphosis of changes throughout the 90s, and in 1998 it was acquired by Cisco Systems. Kingston Communications, a company in England, launched the first IPTV station in 1999. How IPTV works. Cable providers send all channels to clients, whether or not they subscribe or even watch them. This makes channel changing rapid and uninterrupted, and usually is done on a set-top box. This is called a push-style system. Contrary to the push-style system is the pull system that IPTV uses. In this scenario, the user selects specifically what they want to watch from a service provider. Channels are pulled from the network. Each channel has its own unique IP. The pull method opens the playing field from the telecommunications companies such as Verizon and AT&T. Traditional push services have been brought to the household or businesses through Time Warner Cable or some kind of satellite dish provider. Companies such as Verizon, AT&T, and Microsoft have rolled out Fios, Uverse, and MediaRoom respectively. This means a couple different things. First, Verizon and AT&T have built up the infrastructure to handle the bandwidth needed to cater increasing demand. Questions are still lingering whether or not a home that has two computers running alongside two IPTVs will have enough bandwidth to sustain the functionality intended by the user, or needed by the user. MediaRoom by Microsoft is a box that is leased to broadband network providers to provide IPTV. This unique box lets you pick and choose the channels that you like, one at a time. This keeps the bandwidth overhead low and offers a substantial selection of stations in many different languages, opening up many different markets at the same time. Different examples of IPTV. IPTV today is delivered by a host of different internet sites. Some of these sites include Juiced, VOTV, WeTV, Crosscast, and Babblegum. These sites offer a variety of channels and are delivered straight to your computer. If your computer is connected to a television through a cable, you can watch them this way also on your television. There are a few differences between IPTV and video on the internet. IPTV is generally viewed through a closed network, making use of a set-top box, as aforementioned with AT&T and Verizon Fios. This means the sending of information is a virtual guarantee on good quality of service. Video on the internet, though, is not as good service and is capable of being viewed by common browsers and media players. The support just isn't there. Security and DRM are serious concerns when it comes to IPTV. It is common practice to see videos posted at one source end up on a variety of different hosting sites such as YouTube. This will definitely be a large hurdle to overcome. Quality of service can be sketchy and difficult to troubleshoot as opposed to cable providers who have elaborate customer service networks and field technicians. Similar to the problem faced with DirecTV as of late, IPTV may have little or no access to local programming due to contract negotiations. Cable companies have years of experience negotiating with networks, while telecommunication companies have very, very little. This lack of leverage has made the process slow and time-consuming for the IPTV. Bandwidth. As mentioned before, the maximum bandwidth entering a household can limit the number of streams supported. This isn't generally a problem with cable providers. You can hook up as many TVs as you like running at one time, looking at different stations. Satellites are sometimes limited to two TVs hooked up to one dish. But streaming television through the internet has its drawbacks for this reason. If people are in your household using a couple computers, also watching the television, and also maybe possibly using the telephone, it can you could have priority issues and bandwidth issues coming in and out of the house. IPTV is on the move. 16% of American households watch television broadcasts online. Estimates put IPTV subscribers from 1.7 million in 2005 to 36.9 million by 2009. More than 2.6 million new IPTV customers were registered in 2007. That is a 20% increase from 2006. 1/3 of the customers say they watch their programs online to avoid watching commercials. This is an interesting statistics because advertisements are becoming more prevalent while watching IPTV, and the loophole of fast-forwarding through commercials can be taken away by some players. And another interesting statistic contributing to this explosive growth is the amount of U.S. households that currently have broadband connections, around 70%. This broadband availability make it just that much easier to connect through this medium. Technology. High-quality video uses MPEG-2 compression equal to 2 to 3 megabits per second of bandwidth for non-HD broadcasts. MPEG-2 at HD quality is 12 to 19 megabits per second for bandwidth. MPEG-4, or also known as H.264, is a high-quality video at about 50% less the bit rate. There is a competing standard called VC1, which is formerly known as WMV9. I've compiled some personal thoughts on IPTV and what it would mean in my everyday life. And here it is. I think that this technology is going to be bringing the telecommunication companies into the triple play, which means the phone, internet, and TV package marketing scheme is a real threat. As a consumer, I love this. I pay an extremely high amount of money each month to have cable internet brought into my home. And this new competition will hopefully drive down the prices and make possibly an a la carte purchasing package an option, only paying for the channels that I want to have. I also use AT&T for my cell phone because I opt to not have a landline, and I believe an increasing number of people follow this suit. It would be nice to have my TV subscription follow me wherever I go, similar to having a Slingbox style device. If AT&T can couple high-speed internet, TV, and cell phone service like their own triple play package, this would be a winning combination for me. And I just hope it makes it to the area before the next big change is in how we send and receive and view our television happens, because this is really cutting edge, and I think it could be great for the consumers.